throw the switches.
10,000 microwinds of knowledge.
Let's get down to business.
Obsessed with more nude celebrities than TMZ.
Damn it! I'm not going to see this man dangle for your delight.
You're listening to The Director's Cut, the nation's #1 show about
Movies. Good movies. Nothing more and nothing, well, maybe less.
creating the idiot, one village at a time. The Director's Cut.
Better than listening to dead air.
You're listening to The Director's Cut.
Yeah, you are listening to Director's Cut Radio. You know, each and every week we bring you the latest in Hollywood. My name is Dan, and in the studio is the lovely and talented and beautiful Harley Quinn 505, Miss Steph Sugar Suicide. How are you, Steffi?
Hello. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. You were up working late last night?
Maybe. Yeah.
All right.
Something.
And we have Chris Maloney on the line. How are you, Chris?
Good morning, good morning.
Oh, it's a
Dance the whole night through. Good morning to you.
Maloney's in a good mood this morning. Did you get some good breakfast this morning? Is that what you had?
Not yet.
Not yet.
I'm sure that will be made throughout the course of the show.
All right. So while you're making your breakfast, you got to tell us what you're doing as if it's like a radio cooking show. That's what you should be doing the entire time.
It's just chaos.
Yeah, just every time you can just interrupt and say, "Hey, now I'm adding some salt." About a pinch.
I know the kitchen is on fire.
Yep.
He's just cooking salt. it's just
Salt in a frying pan.
I would do that. Have you ever licked a salt lamp?
All right, we'll get off.
Yes,
this.
I've seen you lick a salt lamp in a public setting. I've seen that before. Yes, before Corona.
Like in the store?
Yes.
Did I start Corona?
Yes, Steph is probably the source of coronavirus.
Wait, I licked
We were
the
in
lamp.
Wuhan, China.
I licked a lamp.
Licked a lamp.
Was it at Mama's Minerals?
No, it wasn't at Mama's Minerals. It was over at a.
Was it in Colorado?
It was a spa. We were at the float spa.
It?
Yeah, you licked the lamp. Well, I had to go do at the float spa at the beginning, you have to sit down and they teach you all of the.
They teach you how to relax.
How not to drown in their giant water.
In 10 inches of water.
Yes, how not to drown and
drown.
fall asleep, but yet don't drown. That's what they're trying to tell you. And
I do it just fine. I've been doing it just fine.
They don't recommend for you to sleep on your stomach. That's the problem.
But I like floating on my stomach.
It's a 15-minute video. Please don't sleep on your stomach. Water will kill you. Do not sleep on your stomach. This is a terrible idea.
They're like, yes, your body is made of 70% of water, but it will kill you.
Your lungs are not. There it is. It needs the air. Please don't fill that up with water. You'll be like one of those science experiments in 5th grade where you put the crystals in the sun. You fill up some water. You remember that? You put a string in the water and you let it evaporate, and then you have yourself a salt lick. Yeah, hell yeah. That's what I'm saying.
So that's how it started for you.
Hell yeah. I wasn't licking lamps. I started with the lick.
String.
I was like, hey, kids. It's like the dip packs. They sell
how
those
your mouth closes when you laugh.
I'm like,
I've been watching it on the screen.
What do you want me to be, like Ernie?
No.
It's like the dip. What I was going to say is like the dip packs. They're just setting kids up for enjoying drugs. You put out this powder. You get a stick.
Instead of putting a stick in the powder, just put your face.
They razor blade. How many times were you?
Put your finger. Why is the candy stick shaped like my finger, Mom? I could. This candy stick tastes like chalk.
Why would you eat chalk? They give you a chalk stick. How many times were you peer pressured into snorting some pixie stick?
No,
I know it happened to me a lot.
They wanted me to do the sour Skittles powder. And I literally watched a kid do it. Oh, what's up? It's Creek.
What up, Creek?
I literally
no
watched...
sound. It says no sound. So you got to turn the dial. It's okay. People are like, what is going... They need to say so.
No, they can't say so. You're telling me...
What?
They missed the whole beginning of the show.
They missed it. That was a great beginning of the show. We're going to have to start over. We're done. The show is done. Oh, no. Do you know what they're going to have to do? Is download the podcast at directorscutradio.com/ podcast, or just on your iTunes or Apple device or anywhere that you could get your podcast. Look up Director's Cut Radio.
Remember? It was a spinning issue.
Oh, yeah. You got to twist that.
No, so now I got to open the feed on my phone.
And then we got to make sure that...
now you said we're good now. Yes.
You're good now. Good.
Because I twisted it like this, and then I did this, and then it worked.
For those that are listening to the radio and don't know what Steph is doing, she's increasing her viewership.
I was twisting my hands around... we have a lot of wires going on here.
They're under your feet. Dan
collects wires.
Yeah.
Now they're like, yay, we can hear.
Good.
And I'm like, okay, I don't need to do the.
They need to let us know in the beginning. They're like, what is going on with this puppet?
How come the puppet's flapping?
Just imagine the people that are watching it without sound. They're like, what is this? This puppet is just flapping his lips. This woman is giggling, and she's nudish.
Yeah,
nudish.
It's a new. No, I'm not a nudist.
It's a nudist radio show.
I am a nudish.
Chris is also nude when he's making his breakfast. That's what happens.
He's got salt in a frying pan right now. You guys missed it. Chris is cooking. He's cooking right now for everyone that missed the last 6 minutes. He's cooking. Oh, my God.
We're going to get you a new cable in the break.
We're going to get me
a new system. We're starting from scratch. Welcome to Director's Cut.
We're going to get me something, let me tell you. It's been nothing but technical difficulties.
Yeah, we're going to start over with you.
Testicle difficulties.
Wow.
All weekend long.
Okay, so Chris is cooking, and he's going to give us frequent updates on what he's cooking, just like it was a cooking show on Cooking Network.
Mm-hmm.
Or the Food Network.
And I may talk
Cooking
like
channel.
Julia Child.
Oh, no. And it's absolutely wonderful.
Wonderful.
I liked Julia Child when she was in that dinosaur movie, We're Back, and she was the little museum curator.
Julia Child was in that?
Oh, my God. You know what, Dan? I'm sorry that you were deprived from really great movies.
I just saw Fern Gully, and then it ended there.
No.
That was the last movie I saw.
You gotta watch the Steven Spielberg movies, okay?
The Steven Spielberg movies?
This is a Steven Spielberg movie. Just like
We're
Fern Gully,
Back.
right?
On Land Before Time.
Land Before Time. No, that's...
Steven Spielberg did... what the hell did he do in the animation world? He did a few things.
He did all that.
Fievel.
He did all of the things that I love.
Fievel Went West was not him.
Yeah, had to be.
There are no cats in America.
That's Fievel Goes West was
And
him.
the streets are filled with cheese.
Yeah, the streets are cheese filled.
But there are no cats. Let me guess. They can't hear me now, and so now they're not saying anything.
They're all about that. All right. This week on Director's Cut Radio, we saw Borat 2.
Yes.
We're going to talk about that.
We need to start doing a watch party on Saturdays, so that way we can have our friends watch movies with us. And then we can all talk about it on Sunday, because a lot of people last night were like, oh, I'm going to watch Borat tomorrow. I'm going to watch it tomorrow. I was like, no, you should watch it now so we can talk about it tomorrow.
Yeah, they should watch it now, and then we're going to talk about it on Sunday mornings. And actually, we're going to try to figure out a way to have other people call in, too, so we can have a merged line. Like that?
Oh, we don't need to hear their voices. They're good little finger typers. They got this.
Oh, that works, too.
I'm leaving when you talk about it. Oh, we won't. We don't give spoilers.
No, we're not going to spoil it.
We don't spoil movies. We're just going to get you all teased up and ready for it.
Wow, that's well said by the cam model. We're going to take a little break. We'll be back with more from Director's Cut Radio. We are the show about movies and...
finger typing.
Dropping your average IQ since 2005.
I don't know what you're saying, but that's what's going on, yeah.
The Director's Cut. TheDirector'sCutRadio.com. 10,000 microwits of knowledge. You're listening to The Director's Cut. Without microphones, we'd still live with our parents.
When the stars come out to shine and the city comes alive, we could dance a piece, we could take the streets to the rhythm of the night. We can make a storm, there's a spirit born to the chaos in our eyes. Love struck, so in love with you. We're love struck, so true. We could dance a piece, we could take the streets to the rhythm of the night. We can make a storm, there's a spirit born to the chaos in our eyes.
Yeah.
When we grab each other's hands and we spin around in life. spirit born to the chaos in our eyes. Love struck, so in love with you. Well, love struck, so true.
You're listening to Director's Cut Radio. You know, each and every week we bring you the latest in Hollywood. My name is Dan, and in the studio we have the lovely Harley Quinn 505, Miss Steph Sugar. The music you're listening to is a bit from Eddie Brewer. The song is called Love Struck. He's going to be releasing an album soon, and I think you're on the cover of it, right?
I think it's out. I think it just came out last week. He's been promoting it on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. It's on Spotify. It's everywhere. You can look up, what's it called? Eddie Brewer and the
Manic
episodes.
Is that still, or is it just Eddie Brewer now?
No, it's Eddie Brewer and the Manic episodes.
Oh, okay.
I did the album photo shoot. They had a photo shoot that was a very 70s themed mansion that we went to, and we got to dress up all retro, and there was a bunch of different themed rooms, and there's weird art everywhere. So if you want to see the pictures from that photo shoot, and if you want to see the album art cover, you can just look up Eddie Brewer and the Manic episodes. And you can also bug me for that stuff, but you can also find it.
And one of my shots that I did of
wow.
One of the shots that I did of you ended up in a what you call it?
In your little photo contest.
Yeah. I mean, is it Barcelona that I went to, or is it Canada? One of the two.
I think.
I'm trying to remember which one's which.
It was Spain.
Okay, I think, yeah. One of the photos from that night, I got into a gallery in Barcelona, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, it's like a little virtual gallery.
If you want to check out some of the photos that I do, just go to our website or go to Instagram and look up Dang Photog, DANGPHOTOG.
He's tagged. He's tagged in my pictures.
And on the phone, we have Mr. Chris Maloney. He's our man from the comic book shop. How are you, Chris?
Well, he's in the comic kitchen today.
The comic kitchen.
He's making
Yes, I'm chopping my potatoes.
Oh, he's chopping potatoes. Hey, is this meal based on anything that you found in a comic book like it was last week?
No, nothing so exciting this week. Just kind of your basic breakfast burrito.
Just a basic breakfast.
No.
But why don't you say it's from Breaking Bad? It's the Breaking Bad breakfast burrito. See?
This is the New Mexico
Breaking
special.
Bad meth burrito.
Yep. There it is.
It's the blue burrito.
The blue burrito. You should paint it blue.
That might be some sort of euphemism on the internet, so just be careful.
Oh, yeah. Don't search that. It's like when you add colors to waffles.
What is with blue? Yeah, but you add colors to balls, and that's a thing, too. So I just don't understand. Why blue? Why is blue so popular?
Don't make fun of blue balls.
Because you're blue, blah, 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 blah.
Dan is blue. I forgot.
As Mr. T would say, I pity the blue.
I pity the blue.
It's not easy being blue.
It's not easy being blue. There you go.
Well, yeah, especially if you can't get into the Blue Man Group because all positions are filled.
I have hair. That's why.
Dan has hair and he can't get into the Blue Man Group. This just in, I want to interrupt with my breaking news of Pop-Tarts.
All right, Pop-Tart breaking news. Here it is. We need that sound effect.
Yeah. So on the website, I went on the actual website because I was like, all right, I want to see what flavors are coming out, right? And they showed, Jesus.
I told you I should have gotten you a new cord.
They were saying that sugar cookie for holiday, that makes sense, right? Sugar cookie for Christmas season. And then there's supposed to be a pumpkin pie Pop-Tart right now. And I refused to go into Walmart. And I didn't look at Target, I guess. But I don't know. Wow. So I really need the pumpkin pie Pop-Tarts, right? But then I have a Pop-Tart friend that I have a few Pop-Tart followers on Instagram that whenever I post about food, they're always sending me pictures about their food that they're going to try. And my friend sent me a picture of frosted confetti cupcake Pop-Tart. Now, that just sounds like icing on icing with sprinkles, and it looks like it too. It looks absolutely insane.
That's what I would do.
And see, Dan's really weird. He says he doesn't like sweets.
I don't like a lot of sweets, but I can just eat a can of frosting.
And then he'll just eat a can of frosting.
That's weird, right?
I can't do that. Spanking is here on the chat. He says, finally, there you are. Hello, party people.
Oh, he probably showed up earlier today, and we ran
I know.
late.
We ran late, and I was up till 4 a.m. with technical difficulties, and my brain just shut down from frustration. There's also at Walmart, interrupting the Pop-Tart thing, there is a mini Ninja Turtles arcade game that
I need that.
And it's handheld, and
Yes.
I'm all about the handheld mini arcade games.
Is it $20? We need to go get it.
It's usually $15 or $20, but the
I want it.
It's the mini Ninja Turtles. It's like this big. It's like 2 inches big. I need it.
But is it only one player? Because just imagine 4 people standing around a mini arcade.
Yeah, it's only got 4
Yeah,
buttons.
that's tough.
Okay, so let's go back to Pop-Tart Land. He just sent me a picture this
We need to
morning.
switch your cord.
And he said, they keep enticing me, make them stop. And he sent me a picture of frosted strawberry milkshake Pop-Tarts. And
How do you do that?
I don't know. I'm going to have to try that one at least because I really like the strawberry Pop-Tarts in general. But this is strawberry milkshake, which is probably just going to have, oh, God, you better get me a new cord.
I know. I told you that during the break.
It's probably just going to taste like what it sounds.
I think it's going to taste like, cookies and cream, but instead of like the Oreo cookies, it's Jimmy Spranks. You think?
Yeah, maybe. But it could also taste like the Strawberry Crunch ice cream bar.
Strawberry Crunch ice cream bar. Okay. I'm down with that.
I like Strawberry Quick.
Oh, that's what it's going to be. It's
Yes.
Strawberry Quick.
Yeah, and I like malt, and I think that's why I like Nesquik so much, is it just can have that grittiness.
Grits in the malt.
Some powdered milk.
I like to chew my milk.
I like it thick and crunchy.
Oh,
Yum.
Walmart closes early now? Oh,
Why? Oh, Corona Walmart.
I guess they're starting to crack down.
Everyone's supposed to close at 10 now, right? Do they count, or is that just restaurants?
Is it everything closing at 10?
I don't know. I know restaurants or anybody that serves alcohol is supposed to close at 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard
Anything that serves alcohol. Because she was mad that people were hanging out till midnight, 2 extra hours, thinking that those people are spreading the virus.
Well, I mean, when they get, they get all sloshed.
They get sloshed and they start making out, and they're spreading.
They're making
gonorrhea.
out with the tables. Yeah, they're making out with the tables.
Spreading the rhea.
Oh.
Gonorrhea.
You quit. I don't know about that.
No?
On the radio.
Oh, can we say that?
Can we say gonorrhea?
Yes, we can.
Okay.
Right?
Scientific term.
Yeah, it's all right. We're safe. We're not making fun of it. All right, what's going on in the world of the... Oh, wait, are we almost out of time in the segment? No, we're not. What do we have in the news there, Chris?
Well, in your giant shark movie news, Ben Wheatley has signed on to direct The Meg 2.
The Meg 2.
So,
who was he? What did he do?
That didn't get enough from The Meg 1. I'm sorry?
What did he do? What else did he do?
He did a film called Rebecca.
Okay.
And other than that, I'm not too sure without looking at his IMDb page.
That's okay. At least we have more sharks, bigger, badder, toothier in the theater. Oh, no.
Toothier, larger, more Statham. Yeah.
More Statham.
In other news, I guess the streaming bidding wars have begun for the new James Bond movie, No Time to Die. They keep pushing it back further and further in a theatrical release, and now the rumors are saying that Netflix and Apple TV Plus are in a bidding war of up to $600 million for this movie.
That's insane. I think that's how it's going to work now. I think it's just someone's going to make a movie, and everyone's going to be like, I want to release it. So it's between the theaters, the online streaming.
But then think about this. Okay, so this is going to go on for what? 6 more months. It's going to be some bidding bloodbath, right?
Yeah.
And then midsummer next year, all of a sudden things will start, going back into a movie theater that's all of a sudden going to get bought out by Netflix that Netflix owns.
All of the theaters are going to be done by the streaming services. That's what I was just going to say. Yeah.
They're going to buy them.
Well, didn't Netflix already have like a couple theaters just so they could qualify for awards?
Yes, but they're going to do dual release, streaming at home or in theater.
Yeah, because there are going to be people that still want, like me, there's still going to be people that want to go see certain movies in the theater. Other movies, I'll deal with it streaming. But if I want to pay extra to go see a certain movie in the movie theater, there's people that are still going to do it. And there's people that just want to get out of the house. And when this crap ends, I know that, more movie theaters are going out of business, whatever. But I know that these streaming services are going to buy these buildings. And if Netflix already has them, and then they're going to be a bidding war between, which movie theater, and they're going to reserve seats and whatnot. Because, eventually it won't be like a packed movie theater. I don't think so. I think there's still going to be some sort of distancing and spacing out or whatever. But then it's going to be a bloodbath on which streaming service or which network got the movie to actually play 007 in the movie theater, because they're so desperate to play this movie in the movie theater.
Yeah.
And it's because of the sound. You know it is.
All because of the sound. Get your sound right. Fix those mic cords.
Oh.
Everyone will love it. That's what I gotta say. That is the lesson of the day. Right, doggy? Oh.
We've got,
I don't exist.
We've got Steve.
I'm the man behind the curtain.
Insists to be right underneath Puppet Dan, and
he's licking. I don't know what he's licking.
Hey, no, you don't have nuts anymore. Leave
he was licking his own crotch. I thought he was licking mine for a second there. I'm a puppet, so I can't feel that.
Why is my
Oh no! Don't get excited. All hell's breaking loose. Welcome to the show. All right, so Chris actually watched a couple of movies this week. He saw Borat 1, Borat 2, The Witches, and The New Witches.
Yes.
I like how Chris always challenges himself every single series. Whenever there's a sequel, he goes back and watches everything else in between, just to try to make himself. And this week you have another challenge that you've thrown down on the gauntlet on yourself, correct?
Yeah, possibly. I'm a big Simpsons fan. I obviously haven't been into it as much, in the later years.
I don't think anybody has.
But always just a great show, special place in my heart. And I think the best shows of their season generally tend to be the Treehouse of Horror episodes.
Yes.
And there's a new one, I believe, coming up this weekend, if this weekend is November 1st. And so I figured, why not go back? Let's 30 years? So 30 episodes. Maybe watch all the Treehouse of Horrors this weekend leading up into the new one.
Oh, my gosh. I want to be a part of that, too.
Do you want to watch all the Treehouse of Horror? How do we watch them on simulcast? How do we do, what we do with Mario Kart Tuesday and Thursday nights? If anybody wants to join us, let us know.
I'm not sure. I know a lot of them are starting slowly. I think Disney Plus added a watch party.
I saw that
feature. And I think a lot of streaming companies are starting to do that in the wake of COVID because people want to be together but not be together.
Yeah, Movies Anywhere also has that. So if I have a Movies Anywhere, I think you have access to my account, Chris.
I think so.
So I think we could watch it together, or at least I could, I don't know, stream it with you or something like that. I don't know. So if we get any,
can we both be logged into Disney Plus at the same time? Is the question, I guess.
I
don't know.
So.
I think they're all there.
Okay, we got to look at that. Then we could at least have a big watching party, so we all know, and we could crack jokes, or just put it on Zoom or something. All right.
Right?
Yeah, just do a Zoom while we're watching, just so we could banter and talk about it. I don't know. Let's take a little break. When we come back, we got more from Director's Cut Radio. We are that show about movies and
watch parties.
Shows.
Watch parties. There you go. Let's do that.
Shows, oh my.
And Britney Spears news up next on Director's Cut Radio. Ooh, yeah. Like it.
The Director's Cut.
Offensive, obnoxious, disgusting. You want me to go on?
Insulting listeners since 2005. We're just a couple of guys who like movies.
They're strange at times to work with.
They're insane.
But, always fun.
The Director's Cut.
It's just fun! Say what you gonna say. I'm still in love with you. Be what you wanna be. I'll never bother you to change. I know I made you cry. Are you still mad at me? And as the moments die, you're still grabbing me so tight as you bring me back to life. And we make it through the nights. Do we always have to fight? When the ocean clears our minds,
This dog is a menace. All right, you're listening to Director's Cut Radio. You know, each and every week, we bring you the latest into Hollywood. My name is Dan, and in the studio is Steph. I think the video fans enjoy it when you have to, like, adjust the dog on the couch.
I know. I'm like, okay, we've got half alligator, half weasel, and he's either completely asleep or completely, like, mouth open like an alligator.
The problem is his mouth open is trying to go into your mouth.
Yeah.
I don't know why he needs to be that close, but he's just, like, in my mouth. It's horrible.
It's in my mouth.
I know. On the phone, we have Chris Maloney.
Yeah.
We're getting our smoke on.
Oh, morning smoke? Morning smoke.
That's breakfast.
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 My breakfast is a Red Bull. I need to wake up. Yeah. Oh, wrong one. Wrong. Oh.
Can you?
Oh, we're on the wrong sets. Hold on. I'll fix it. Over here.
Fix your.
Bank 2 is the one.
Yeah, you figured it out. No, Bank 2's fine.
Bank 4 is the best one.
Bank 4.
Yeah, because it has the ka-ching, and then it has the, and then, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, no. Oh, yeah.
So these 4 are positive. These 2 are negative. That one's positive, and that's the game show stuff there. So bottom row game show.
Ding and beep.
Booze.
Ding and buzz.
Positive
Ding,
and money and
buzz,
silly sounds.
Sad.
Everything above here is positive. That's money. That's party horn.
Clown.
We're just looking at all of our sound effects. I like how the puppet just like froze for a second there, and I'm just talking. I forgot to flap his little beak while we're doing this. They're like, I'm a ventriloquist. I'm throwing my voice to the guy offset. That's what it is. I wasn't moving my lips. I'm practicing. What if that is the thing? As if the puppet was the ventriloquist.
Oh, yeah, no, that would be good.
And he just is like, hi, how are you, everyone? I'm the ventriloquist. Would that be funny?
I don't know. We'd have
On
to
stage?
put a puppet hand up your butt.
Maybe you could sit behind the chair. And then at the end, you have this brown glove when you pull as a magic trick.
No,
that would be hilarious.
No.
Would that be okay?
No, that's...
No?
It's a lot of pudding I'm going to have to buy.
That would be hilarious.
Oh,
well,
God.
I'll eat the pudding.
Oh, my God. It gets intense.
And then you can lick it at the end. And then people will be like, what the hell?
Dude, it would just,
we forgot to get the cord. That's what we did.
We'd be on the news. Actually, I'd probably go viral. A magic trick ends really crappy.
It's a crappy end to a magic trick.
Crappy ending.
There it is.
That's what we could call the trick.
That's a great idea for the trick.
All right, I guess we're doing it.
It's done.
I guess we're having a magic trick where Dan's the puppet.
With a puppet.
But
and
then
you're
I
the
have my
puppeteer
hand
of the
up.
puppets.
I don't know about that.
That'll be great.
That's a lot of centipede. That's a lot.
A human centipede.
Yeah, it's like a human puppet.
A puppet centipede.
A Hugh pup.
Puppapede. Something like that. What was our scam that we came up with right before the show?
Slime. We're going to make slime frames. We're going to make Ghostbuster.
Okay, we saw, yeah.
I'm going to do a Ghostbuster shoot, and I'm going to be dressed as Janine, and they're going to come in specifically special limited edition slime frames, and it will be on my website in time for Christmas, so you can get your slime on. And I'm even going to have Slimer tissue boxes so you can get your slime on and
that
clean
is a
up
great idea.
And you can stay clean when you stay puffed.
Let's go get some dollar store plastic tissue box covers like the ones that your grandma has.
No, we don't discuss grandma.
Oh.
You can't discuss grandma when we're discussing smut. Anyway, more stories. Move on.
Depends on the grandma, I guess.
And Chris is now in a boiling pot.
I'm confused.
Chris is now in a boiling pot.
Chris is in a boiling pot?
Yeah.
Cauldron.
Okay.
It sounds like he's in an astronaut bubble. It's great.
That'd be great. All right.
Anywho.
What else we have, Chris?
Well, for all of you action figure nerds out there that were just chomping at the bit for this one, I guess Todd McFarlane, creator of Spawn, has announced he will be doing an action figure line based on the movie The Princess Bride.
The Princess Bride? Okay.
I guess if you need another Andre the Giant figure, there's your chance.
Okay. Sounds good. Sounds good.
Also this week, it was announced that Chippendale's Rescue Rangers will be moving forward with a, quote, live-action movie at Disney+.
Okay. Chippendale, that's what I want to see. I want to see that at least.
I like it. Possibly bringing back all the original voice actors from the TV show. So something to look forward there.
Okay.
Also big. I know every week we gotta cover something in the Snyderverse, and this week's big news in regards to the Snyder cut of Justice League. It was announced that Joe Manganiello as well as Jared Leto are going to be joining the cast. Jared Leto reprising his role as Joker, and Joe Manganiello expanding his role as Deathstroke.
Oh my gosh.
So is Harley back?
I haven't heard anything about Harley coming in yet.
She has to be back.
Was the big one this week.
But because everybody wants to see Harley. That's why there was a big Harley movie. But are they expanding the universe that it's separate now that Harley and Joker are broken up?
I don't know where in the timeline this is supposed to take place, if it's while they were still together or not. But, I mean, she's already got another movie coming out, right? She's going to be in the next Suicide Squad?
Right.
Yeah, I think so.
Whenever that comes out.
So it's just...
it's pretty soon. They're already making the announcements and little teasers and whatnot.
Well, yeah, no, it looks great. It looks great.
Look for it on HBO Max next summer.
Oh, it better. My goodness.
Okay.
In other director's cut news, Ice Cube has begun campaigning to release the Schumacher cut of Batman Forever.
The Schumacher cut of Batman Forever. That is just like, why do we need that? Why do we need that?
There's so much cuts, man. It's like a deli up in here.
It's like, where did they find all this footage?
I don't understand. Why is it a deli? It's a deli meat market now. We got all kinds of cold cuts for you. We got a cut from this director, and we got a cut from this guy. It's a lot.
It's the new trend, man. Ever since the Snyder cut got the green light, now everyone's like,
can I get more money off the property that I had?
Hey, do it every other week, right?
I've got editing software. Let me cut it up.
Yeah. I've been doing it at home. I've been sitting at home on my editing bay that I made.
Just let the fans cut it up. Come on.
Yeah, give all the raw footage to the fans. See what happens.
That'll be the next movement. That'll be the next movement in Hollywood. They'll just give you a bunch of raw footage.
Hell yeah.
And then they say, make your own movie. You know?
Hell yeah.
All the raw footage, all the audio stuff.
And then we'll remake Sonic again.
And then, like, people edit it on their own, and then they upload it to the web, and then they all get voted on, and the one that gets the most amount of votes is the movie they release.
Yes.
That's a scam.
Home video.
That's a way to do it. We should make the website for that. That'd be great.
And then Shrek. They did that with Shrek, right? Where they had a contest where they told them to use all the audio for Shrek, but make your own visual for it. That's a trip.
Was great.
I really want to eat shrooms and watch that. I really want to.
It was so good.
The fan-made Shrek film. What was it called? Shrek Ever After or something? Shrek.
Like Shrek Reimagined or
Shrek Reimagined or something like that. Yeah, it's on YouTube. It's like the little kids that did the Toy Story with the toys.
Right, the shot for shot. Or what were the guys that did the Raiders of the Lost Ark too?
Yeah, but the problem with the guys from the Raiders of the Lost Ark, they took too long to do it. Like the kids with the Toy Story were able to do it over a summer.
Well, toys are a lot cheaper than planes.
Yeah, but these guys, one of the guys just got too obsessive over it. It's like, you're a kid. Why don't you just use like planes and wagons and stuff like that as the plane? I think they got too obsessive. That's what he was trying to make it too exact.
That's what we watched, right?
Yeah,
we just watched it where they recreated that.
Yeah, the documentary on it.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. He just wanted to be Indiana Jones, and you didn't need a movie for it. You could just be a rich guy and just go play with some bombs and some planes in the middle of nowhere.
Go be a rich guy and go play with bombs and planes.
Get out of here! Get out of here!
Get out of here!
Get out of here!
Get out of here!
Eat it! Scram!
All right. That's what happened. I think he just got too big and he annoyed all of his friends that were stuck coming back. It no longer became a summer. It became a job. It's like, hey, we're working on the movie.
I don't know. I can't go out because Jimmy wants to reshoot this scene for the 15th time.
Yeah, we can't work on Sunday because we have that Director's Cut radio show.
Oh.
Well, never mind. I take it all back. I guess that's what happened.
Well, it's now about time to say I will be leaving the Director's Cut radio show. Just kidding.
Great. That's how it's ending.
Well, on that
That
note,
was the end.
no, I want to pursue my career in playing with bombs in the middle of the desert, all right? And
Wow,
it's going to start taking up a lot of my time, and I just want to live this way.
That's how you're going to live? There you go.
I just want to live in the desert.
All right, so we have Ghostbusters news this week, don't we?
Sure.
Minor Ghostbusters news, but one to be expected. It's been pushed back again, this time to the summer of 2021.
I'm okay with that. I hope they give them time to edit, work on effects, bring back former cast members that weren't their initial shooting.
You think they're going to squeeze Moranis in?
I hope we get a Rick Moranis in there.
I mean, come on, 2020, let's do it. 2021.
Yes,
He's
Rick.
back. He's doing things.
I think we should get a Twitter campaign going saying put Moranis in Ghostbusters or something like that. Hashtag Moranis Busters.
If they've already written it and shot it off,
Doesn't
they're really going to give him much to work with at this point?
Well, if the fans just want a quick shot of Moranis, I'm down with that. That's what we need.
The fans want.
Or maybe just like a shot of him walking down the street?
Or is it just the Dans want some Moranis? I think that's still yeah. Just get a shot of, maybe that's what they were trying to do. They were trying to get some undercover footage of him, and then he got in a fist fight in the sub.
Well, I know of a fist. I know of a
what
instructional video on how to protect Rick Moranis next time he goes through that situation again. And it was made by Master American, who is a master jiu-jitsu instructor personality on YouTube and Instagram. And I got to dress up as Harley Quinn a couple weeks ago, and I got to fight him. And I got to teach about my hammers in the studio. And so we did this cute little episode.
Okay. Did a cute episode?
Yeah. Yeah, and you guys want to see it, you got to get on Instagram. Because I thought it was going to go, thank you, Creek, for watching it. Creek saw it. Creek's on top of everything, okay? He's actually there writing down everything as I'm saying it, and then he's like, okay, Tuesday, she said this is going down, and then he pays attention, and then he does it, and he does great.
That's cool.
Look, Spanking did it too. He said it was cool.
It was cool.
Yeah,
it was Master Ken. He's awesome.
It was a couple minutes long, and then we've got Todd, who's like the little karate sidekick that comes in. And they do these skits every week. They do a little skit, and it was all improv. I didn't have any script. So all my lines and everything was just me winging it, and I just came up with it. And I actually love being improv more than scripted, because I got that done so easily. I had so much fun. I just got to be in character and be in cosplay. And I get really, really, really stressed out when I have to say a script and I start sweating profusely.
I've seen it.
And Dan's tried to get me to say scripted stuff for charity events, and I just can't do it because I want to say it the way I want to say it. And I don't know, it's something with the ADHD that my brain just cannot.
If you want to get stabbed, hand her a script and have a prop as a knife that she has to hold. You will find yourself stabbed out of a fit of rage.
I'm literally standing in a really sweet, little, cute ice cream shop.
She is about to kill me. I'm like, we got 10 minutes.
God.
We got to be out of here.
I know. And then we were on a time limit.
You have one line.
We're on a time limit. And even when I did my lines for Better Call Saul, and I literally had 3 days to study these lines. I had 12 hours to practice these lines, and I was still panicking.
You did okay.
I don't get it.
You did. I ran lines with you. You were good.
Well, and then they cut them.
Then they cut them out. Maybe you missed them. Did you stutter through them?
No, they said. Well, they were just unneeded. Like the character was just.
Yeah,
I knew they were going to cut it. Hey, I still got paid. They didn't cut the check.
The sexy stripper comes up.
Yeah.
Offers a lap dance.
I still remember all my lines
away.
to this day.
All right, let's do it. What do I have to say?
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I like your beard.
Oh, I don't have a beard. It's
Do
just.
you want to have some fun?
Yes.
Okay, maybe next time. That was my lines.
That was it?
That was my lines. 2 years later, almost 3 years later, and I still remember my lines.
And she panicked.
No, I
the
didn't.
night before.
No. Well, yeah,
and she hasn't said them since.
You know what's funny is those lines are just like very natural lines for a stripper to say. So it was actually
I like your beard.
Yeah, I like your beard. Well, no, I don't say that. I say, you have food in your beard. Oh, is that money? And I just lifted the beard.
And then you pull out a 20.
And did that food and beard and thanks.
There you go.
It's the wallet. It's the extra wallet day.
You point him in the direction of the bathrooms and hand him some tissues.
Oh my God, no. There's a guy in the bathroom that hands out candies, mints, tissues, all that.
Is the guy in the bathroom there to keep people from playing sexual solitaire in the stalls?
Maybe.
That's what I'm assuming.
No, I think he's there to just like that's supposed to be the gentleman's club, like
vibe to make it classier.
It's like, hey, do you need a mint to hang out with these ladies?
But
Here's a mint.
I'm just assuming that they're just keeping guys from playing sexual solitaire in the bathroom to make it really awkward that you're playing sexual solitaire in the same room as another man.
Right. There's only 3 stalls.
All right, we're going to take a break. We'll be back with more for Director's Cut Radio with that show about movies and
exposing the club.
Yeah.
The Guy Show about movies.
Don't you have any respect for yourself?
Seriously. Anything worth taking seriously is worth making fun of. The Director's Cut.
I wet my bed until I was 19. There's no shame in that.
Only half of our audience is below average. The Director's Cut.
We only used to walk right by till we caught each other's eyes. But now we call each other late at night, talking till the morning light. So we better keep it under wrap. Gotta know when to cap. It's so hard to hide the love we have, a love we never had. Never thought I'd be with you. You told me it's the golden rule. It's better than the other food, but I keep it wrapped up too. Hush, better run. Can't get caught with secret love.
Yeah, you're listening to Director's Cut Radio. You know, each and every week we're bringing the latest in Hollywood. My name is Dan. In the studio, we have Steph Sugar, Miss Harley Quinn 505, and on the phone we have Chris Maloney.
No.
All right.
We're having some connection issues.
Is it connection issues again?
Well, when the screen does that big thing where it like stretches
down?
and then
Yeah.
it's just having like it's kicking people out or it's
Oh, that's annoying.
I know.
All right. Well, sorry if you get kicked out of the show.
So please let me know if you can hear us. The screen keeps going waka waka. And,
Waka
moving.
waka.
I
think
know.
the chat is down. Is sound on? Oh, hell's breaking loose over there.
Breaking.
Breaking loose.
It's breaking loose. Here it goes.
All right. We have, do we have Britney news? I thought we had Britney news next.
Yes, we do have Britney news, but I can't talk about it. Can you hear me? Oh my God.
We should have gotten you a new cord.
How come?
Here, let me go do that real quick.
Okay, well, we'll do. Okay.
All right. Chris, do you have any news?
I've got some news that's going to be fun for you and your household with the spooky season.
Yeah.
Because we all know that your house is nothing but a cat palace, and we love to do things with our cats. And it is spooky season, which is why I just found out moments ago that the good people at Temptations brand catnip have made a 4-minute horror film for cats called Scaredy Cat.
Oh my gosh. You know what?
Follows a What?
There's something about that brand of treats that. What do you mean the chat is down? Like the sound is on, but the chat is down. What does that mean? The sound is on, but you can't see my face? Or the sound is on.
Maybe they can't type to you?
And you can't. No, because they're typing to me because they say the chat is down.
But they could chat.
But they're chatting.
I'm confused.
I'm really confused.
But a horror movie for cats? I want to try it out on the cats.
Yes, it's called Scaredy Cat. And it follows a feline going after a spectral ball of yarn as it rolls through a spooky haunted house.
A spectral ball of yarn. Okay.
Yeah. And apparently they worked with the Waltham Pet Care Science Institute to enhance the movie with highly specific sound frequencies designed to capture cats' attention.
Weird.
So, it's all to promote their new creepy catnip treat.
Okay. A creepy catnip
I think
treat.
Baby Cats owes us a review next week.
Yes, that's what we'll do. We'll have Baby Cats watch it because Baby Cats is for some odd reason a celebrity.
And it's supposed to be sounds geared specifically towards the cats.
They're going to get their attention and they're going to get scared. It's a horror movie.
That brand of treats, though, it's weird how it's just been around for years and their logo and their design and everything has really stayed the same. And it's like the most popular treat, I guess, but like the cats really love that brand.
It's
more
the yellow
than the other
bag,
ones.
right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I don't know what it is. We've tried, like, there's other treats they kind of like, but like for some reason that brand, that specific brand of cat treats, cats are just all over it. So
the yellow bag, we have a yellow bag, and I told Steph a long time ago that the treats go in the drawer, and she didn't believe me. Why? Because I have a cat that does like, he has an obsession. My voice is getting all shot. He has an obsession with those treats. So if they're on a shelf or somewhere that you could easily reach them, or anybody could reach them, even if they're high up, they could leap up there, grab them, knock them off, and steal the treats, and they'll be all over the living room or wherever room they are in. Just the bag is all torn up. That's it. We have a crazy cat that's addicted.
Well, and we wanted to put them in, like, we wanted to have, like, what was it called? Robot Wars or...
Oh, yeah.
So we wanted to have the cats all in an area, and we're going to put a bag of treats right in the center, and it was going to be, like, I don't know, timed, or we'll just see which cat breaks into the bag of treats first. And I wanted to record it and make it like Robot Wars.
Yeah,
and
like a cat fight.
Yeah, and the cats are just breaking into the treat bag. And,
and then we could put bids.
We got Haldir, Baby Cats, and Max.
All three. I think Haldir would be the one to do it.
If we could get like colored collars.
Or colored vests.
Yes. Let's get them little
with numbers
sweaters
on the back.
And we'll have the cats. Yeah. I used to watch that show so much as a kid.
Robot Wars?
And I always just thought about, I mean, that was like the big thing was like kids, if they were super smart kids, they were into chess club, they were into sports, or they were into
Yeah, they did the robot battles after school at kids. Did you ever do that, Chris?
BattleBots. That's what it was called. BattleBots. Yeah, I always wanted
Did
to
I ever play BattleBots after school?
No.
Like,
well, was there ever like a robot program or something? And it was
BattleBots program in your school, like after class, and then you build BattleBots and beat them up.
I think one that wasn't my bag, but I think like two that I think I was a little too old for that. I think that kind of thing came around a little bit after my time.
I think it started at the time we were about ready to leave. Like when I was leaving, yeah. Like I remember
Pogs. I think were more your generation.
Pogs was my middle school, yeah.
Because I played with Pogs for a
Pogs
little bit,
was
but
like late elementary school, early middle school, yeah.
Mm-hmm. I always found them in the gutters.
Going down to Noble.
I would.
I remember Noble.
I think one kid like dropped them out of his pocket or something by my house. And I was like riding my bike and I just saw these like shiny coin things in the street. And I was like, what are those? And then all in the gutter, I just found like 15 of them and I took them in my house. My dad was like, oh my God, these are Pogs? What? And then like he like got on his clear blue Mac computer and looked it up and was just like, I guess they make new Pogs now. These were around when I was a kid. And I was like, what? And I was like, I had no idea. Yeah.
Milk cap season.
Playing marbles.
Remember playing that?
Playing marbles?
And then we'd bet slammers.
Oh, my gosh.
And when I was a kid, here's what I did. My uncle had a jewelry shop. And what I used to do was grab the plastic slammers that I had and had them forged into metal slammers. Like I'd put them in the wax and put them on a tree and make metal slammers out of the cool Trove slammers so that I had an endless supply of really cool slammers.
Yes, we're talking about Pogs.
Yes. So if anybody won against me and I gave them a slammer, they got to steal from my slammers. And I had a whole bunch. Like I had custom made ones. So they were really, really cool and easy to make. So I didn't really care if I lost them because I just had a copy of them.
That's great.
Made copies
That's
of copies
genius.
of copies of copies. So I made my own.
Okay. I want to let you know we're going to be talking about Y2K stuffs and Britney Spears on the next segment, and we don't have any cord issues or streaming issues. By God, I'm telling you, it better work.
Stop kicking the cord. It's going to start working. It's going to. Oh, my goodness. All hell's breaking loose again.
Oh, my God.
It's happening.
We're going on a break. You can fix it, can't ya?
We'll take a break. We'll be back with more from Director's Cut Radio with a show about movies and
issues.
I was just going to say that. It's just issues. That's our show.
One podcast, one radio, lots of insanity. The Director's Cut. You're listening to The Director's Cut, the nation's #1 show about movies.
We have the most gadgets and the most gimmicks.
We have the tools. We have the talent.
Did he actually call himself the Talent?
The Director's Cut.
Left inside. We gotta get away from this feeling. Maybe I'm asleep, maybe just a dream. Gotta get away from the meaning. The city's dark. Voices in the air. There's an emptiness, it's everywhere. Is this real or just a sign? Is it you made up in my mind?
You're listening to Director's Cut Radio. You know, each and every week we're bringing the latest in Hollywood. My name is Dan, and in the studio we have the lovely Harley Quinn 505, Miss Steph Sugar.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good. I have something in my eye. How are you?
What's in your eye?
It's probably just my hair. My bangs are getting long because I'm in quarantine and I can't go get a haircut. And I don't trust myself with scissors next to my face.
Yeah, don't do that. That's a terrible idea. On the phone, we have Chris Maloney. How are you, Chris?
Doing well. How you guys doing?
We're doing okay. All right, before the break, we were talking Pogs, which is ridiculous.
I know.
Which kind of leads us into our next segment, our Y2K. K.
Okay, so.
That's a party sound.
Yeah, that's good. Party people.
Party people in the place to be.
So I usually talk about just whatever, celebrity is just still somehow being a celebrified. In this day and age? Celebrated?
Celebrity. Yeah, isn't it celebrated is just basically the word off of celebrity?
Okay.
Because it's one, a celebrity is one you celebrate. To be celebrated is.
Here we go.
The act of celebrating a celebrity, I guess.
So there's some weird things going on with Britney Spears that we've been talking about, like the conservatorship and how basically her dad owns her. The last big thing she did was her residency in Vegas. And when she was doing that, she even ended it early. She was supposed to do 4 years, and I think she only did a year.
She was losing her mind.
And she ended early because reasons, with quotations, is that her dad was really sick and was threatening. I don't know. It was something that scared her enough to where she thought that he was going to die.
Yeah.
So then we started seeing really weird stuff happen on her Instagram after that moment. And like weird stuff's probably been going on since she shaved her head, right? But there's enough videos
before that.
There's a lot of videos on YouTube that talk about that too.
And the warning signs were probably before that. We didn't even notice.
Yeah. Well, I mean, she was just working since she was a child. So it's look at, working. A lot of people. Lindsay Lohan, Macaulay Culkin, Mary-Kate and Ashley. Do any of those child stars have anything good going for them right now? Macaulay Culkin is doing better now, but the guy did get married at like 19, and then things just kind of like went downhill because he just didn't really live. He just didn't really get to like live as a kid. Yeah. And so then he started losing his mind a little bit. And people thought he was actually on drugs and messed up, and he actually wasn't, is what he was saying.
He wasn't.
That's what he's saying. He says he was completely sober.
Let's get him on the phone.
And there's YouTube videos that cover him too.
I would love to get him on the show. Just to chat.
There's all these rabbit holes. You know what? You could type in any celebrity on YouTube, type in rabbit hole. I think there's videos that they need to start putting that tag.
Rabbit hole?
Description. You could just type in celebrity and rabbit hole.
We should start a podcast called The Rabbit Hole. Or a segment. That's what we're doing now.
Well, he does Bunny Ears podcast, and he's really busy with that. And then he had his Home Alone, recreation stuff that's making him pop up again, which is just sad. Like, that's just the only thing he's going to be known for is
Home Alone,
being the Home Alone kid. But whatever.
Well, if it's one of the highest grossing movies, if not the highest grossing movie at one time,
it's the best
of all time.
Yeah.
Then why not?
Yeah. Well, I also think
it still holds up to today. Like, you can watch it, except for the fact that there's no cell phones.
Well, I think he's just starting to embrace the fact that people really just do enjoy it, and real fans are listening to his podcast. But anywho, so Britney Spears, if you look at her TikTok videos, recent weird ways she talks, there's obviously medication involved. There's videos on YouTube of therapists and psychiatrists and psychologists that watch Britney Spears videos from her TikTok or Instagram, and they give their opinion and aspect, views, whatever, and their professional insight on it. And it's really interesting to hear professionals talk about Britney Spears, because you're like, okay, this isn't just gossip now. This isn't just me watching a YouTube video. I'm like, hey guys, I'm going to tell you all the things that I found on Google, and I'm just going to tell them with my voice instead of making you guys go on Google. And it's literally just stuff from Google. But to be able to hear a professional doctor, therapist, psychiatrist, psychologist talk about Britney Spears and the way she's rocking herself back and forth as she's talking, and like the eyes, the makeup, the hair, the outfits. She's always wearing like, I don't know, like blouses and stuff. She's always wearing flowers. She's always wearing cute ruffly shirts. All of a sudden, last week, there's this post where she is wearing capris. Uh-huh. She's wearing a button-down flannel long-sleeve shirt. And hello, Leo the Lion. You are very late to the party. He says, wow, a puppet show.
Yeah, it's a puppet show. It's a radio show.
And there's a dog.
There's a dog and a puppet.
And we've got Chris on the line. He's over there cooking
and some weird
salt.
dude sitting back here. I don't know what he's up to. This jackass. He's in the corner every so often. You see the side of his face.
Nosferatu.
You need to get your acne fixture.
So there's and Puppet Dan will have a new outfit soon.
Pants.
So it's cool to see the professional aspect of like what's going on with Britney. And anyway, this picture that was posted last week where she's wearing like completely covered up clothes, sneakers. She's like, hey guys, this is what I really look like on a normal day. And I just want you guys to like really understand that it's not a hoax. It's real. This Free Britney movement
There's something weird there.
I'm going to talk about the most recent thing with the bikini fashion show that she's doing.
And her trip to the beach.
All
after this. It doesn't sound like it's important.
Okay, but she left the house. This is important.
Aha.
She left the house.
We'll talk about it after this.
Dropping your average IQ since 2005.
I don't know what you're saying, but that's what's going on, yeah.
The Director's Cut. TheDirector'sCutRadio.com.
10,000 microwinds of knowledge.
You're listening to The Director's Cut. Without microphones, we'd still live with our parents.
Take back what you said. Oh, those empty promises we made. I see the way you look at me. Oh, the love in your eyes, how it's changed. Forgive me for my stutter.
You're listening to Director's Cut Radio. You know, each and every week we bring you the latest in Hollywood. My name is Dan, and in the studio we have Harley Quinn 505, Miss Steph Sugar. And on the phone we have Chris Maloney, our man from the comic book shop, Mr. Maloney. Hopefully soon he'll be working at the post office and he could be Post Maloney, and then we could just introduce him that way every single time, which would be great. One of these days. I don't think he wants to work at the dream. Yeah, I don't think he's ever going to work at the post office. But if he does, that's what we will do. All right? That's what we'll do. Before the break, we were talking a little bit about Britney Spears and her really odd videos on Instagram.
Okay, so her most recent video, she's wearing bikinis.
Yes.
And then it was on the internet that she went to the beach, right?
Yeah.
Here's the problem. Why was she doing like a fashion show thing in front of a camera and showing off multiple bikini tops, keeping the same bottom, and then she just had this weird rocking in front, back and forth thing, like there's like she's being recorded and then there's
somebody else is
snapshots or something happening at the same time, and she's tearing a hole into the paper on the floor because of how she's standing. She keeps standing in the same spot and doing these weird little turns to the side. And she's just kind of like posing. And then she walks off cam. And then she comes back. And she's wearing the same top. And she does that about 4 or 5 times in the same outfit.
Yeah, there's a couple times that she changes. And then a couple of times she's just doing the exact same thing.
It's only like every 5 walk back and forths that she has a different top. So it's just so bizarre. It's so bizarre, so bizarre. And then she says the weirdest stuff. And her captions, it has to be a publicist doing it. It's not normal. It's not current unless she's stuck in the 90s.
Or a publicist that has no experience. It is so weird.
They're like, hey guys, don't judge me. I forgot to do this today. You know I wouldn't judge you either. It's like, I'm actually not even exaggerating. That is the last post caption. It was something like, don't judge me. I wouldn't judge you. We're all imperfect. I'm not perfect. And I'm like, do you not see that the first 80 comments on your photos say, Britney, are you okay? And it's coming from verified celebrities. It's coming from people that know her. It's coming from, and then there's celebrities that don't there's actually like only a handful of celebrities that comment on it that are verified.
Wow.
And then it's like as if anybody that has a big name does comment on it, they will be brought up in the news. So they can't be associated with like wondering about Britney's health. Or you're gonna have Daddy Spears coming up.
Papa Spears.
Saying, shut up.
He's So if
this
you
guy
check,
is is new to the show. Yes, Creek, please fill him in. We have a new guy. We have a new guy in the chat.
it's okay.
It's okay.
Welcome to the show.
Yeah,
you'll figure it out in a few minutes.
Yeah, we give you one grace.
One
strike.
pass.
Grace pass. We give you one.
One strike.
We give you one strike.
All right.
We give you one explanation from Spanking or Creek.
Yeah, we'll let them.
Longtime fans and listeners of the listeners,
viewers,
our visual listeners.
Yeah. All right, Chris. Is there anything else on the Y2K with Brittany now?
I'm just gonna tell people to check it out because I want you to realize like something's about to pop. Like I feel like something is about to pop or go down, and I know her sister got a little bit more leeway with controlling her money or controlling what she does, and that's exactly why she went to the beach, is because stuff is starting to change where she's gonna start taking her out and like doing things. I can see it. She has not been out of the house in a really long time.
Yeah, she has the money. She could get a team of people to like help her out, build this publicity correctly, even get her mental health and actual physical health in check, just so that she could feel better, be relaxed, and live a good life. And she has all the money and resources to be able to do it. But for some odd reason, it's being controlled by people that don't know what they're doing and trying to do that. And it just seems weird.
It's because of Paris Hilton, though. That's the problem. Is they all started having their little partying scene. But Paris came from a different type of trauma, which is also a video documentary on YouTube that is free. You can watch the Paris Hilton documentary, which was supposed to focus on her and her life, but then it had a plot twist and it turned into talking about a boarding school that severely abused her and a ton of other children over decades of time and is still currently abusing children. And because of the laws in Utah, this place is just allowed to exist. And Paris Hilton and her team of all these girls that she remembers from when she was like 14 and 15 years old.
Yeah.
They've all teamed up and they've got a huge lawsuit coming. And there's definitely videos on it to explain that more on YouTube as well. That's all live. That's all happening currently. But Paris came from that, right? Paris and Brittany were partying in like 2000, 2001. They were going out. They were like the hit item because they were the two biggest names. And you could tell Brittany probably really connected to Paris because she was just like, cool, someone else that's like really into being a glitzy Barbie and having attention on them and getting to do whatever they want. Brittany doesn't have the control anymore.
Yeah.
She goes off the freaking deep end. And she's looked the same ever since. Like her makeup has not changed. Like, why does she still have these raccoon eyes? And it's like permanent makeup, but it's like, how come she just doesn't look fresh? Why would they let her look this way?
Her hair just seems like it hasn't been brushed.
Hasn't been washed. There was like one or two pictures where she was like, got my hair done. And you could tell because her scalp and the hair looked like all clean and fine and everything blowing in the wind. And then I just saw a post yesterday or day before, and I'm like, oh.
Do you know what she constantly looks like? And I know this is weird. She constantly looks like she's 3 days post-op on any surgery and just kind of at home loafing around. Like, that's what she looks like. She's tired. She's a little weathered. She just feels sick. After some surgery, like day 3, that's what she looks like. Like any type of, it doesn't matter. It could be like a little hernia surgery. She's been sitting on the couch, having a can of like frozen or a bag of frozen peas on her wound.
Creek said it's really sad. She looks like she got off a 3-day bender.
Yeah, that's true.
That's basically.
I was just expanding.
That's basically why I feel like something's gonna pop soon. Like something's gonna happen. Like either she'll finally be able to break free, and maybe this Paris Hilton thing can inspire her to just know that she's able to talk about stuff that she's been through, maybe that could really help her. Maybe not anytime soon, maybe in a year or two, but it's like, can we just start seeing her do more normal things and posting on her story? She doesn't ever post on her story. If she was really going out and doing things, and if she was really who she says she is in her posts, then she would be using her story and she'd be like, hey guys, at the beach, hey guys, whatever, I don't know. I just find it's just very odd.
Okay.
Did we talk about how when she made a new song, how she has all this music that she's written?
Oh, like an album and they didn't release it or something?
She walked into a radio station barefoot and she like literally drove her her dog, and her security guard to the nearest radio station with her CD, and she walks in and she's like, play this. And they were like, you're Britney Spears. And she's like, play this, put me on the radio now. And they were just like, okay. And they literally played it. You can find the song on YouTube. It's really crazy, guys. Like, she just wants to be her character that she's built up through her music. We were just listening to Oops, I Did It Again last week, and we're like, what? There's such a story to every single song.
Or Lucky, yeah. Lucky is just like completely her.
And I honestly have always looked up to Britney as like a cosplay inspiration, because every single music video, she was somebody different. In Oops, I Did It Again, she's wearing a red latex suit, and she's got this tight Ariana Grande ponytail that is now the biggest thing, right? And then in Lucky, she's playing this like rich bombshell that's trapped in a house all day and doesn't get to do anything because she's controlled by the media. Yeah. Wow. She wrote about that 15 years ago, guys. Like, it's not that hard to figure out.
All right, we're going to offer this up to Brittany if she's listening right now. Brittany, we have a couch. You get sleep on it. Come on over. Live in Albuquerque for a little bit. You got a dog that'll spoon with you. You can hang out here for a little bit. Just help us with homework on half the week. It'll be great. We'll hang out. All right? Everybody that's listening, are you guys okay with that? Having Brittany hang out here?
Just need to give her a detox.
Yeah,
Let's just give her a good detox, you know?
Yeah.
She needs to go to the float spa.
That's what she needs. Yep. See, they're all down.
Yeah.
They want to see Brittany hanging out here.
It's just her dad, man. I don't know.
Yeah.
And I think something happened when her parents got divorced, and then who knows, maybe her mom went on a bender, because why does her dad have so much control?
Yeah.
Unless her dad is just that kind of dude. I mean, hell.
I remember it was like Mommy and Me videos and stuff, like with Brittany. Yeah, I'm the mom and I'm Brittany.
I know, but Mama Lynn looks a little like she can be controlled.
She had a party, yeah.
Yeah, she looks like she...
Papa Spears.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Chris, that's it for our Y2K segment. Anything else in the news that we want to chat? I want those Ghostbusters shoes.
They are kind of cool. They come out this week, actually.
Halloween. Really?
Oh my gosh!
You know they're gonna be sold out in like 10 minutes. I'm so sad. Like there's two pairs of shoes.
How much are they?
They're $150 for one set and $100 for the next.
Oh my god!
The ones with
we can make them
for like $5,000 on eBay.
Yes, they're gonna be so expensive on eBay pretty quick. Like the ones that have.
So you just gotta sit there and wait for them.
There are two types. There are ones that look like just generic Ghostbusters shoes with a little, like, as if you stepped in a bit of slime. Those are the ones you could, like, everyday walkers. But then there's the ones with, like, the toys hanging off, like the little pack on the back or the little, I don't know, Ghostbuster Reebok right there. Is that them? We're going to look them up. Reebok Ghostbusters Ghost. Yeah. Ghostbusters Ghost Smashers men's shoes. They're $150. They have a little, like, plastic thing on the back. They have two tubes that go to it. Set a reminder. We're going to get it. Get the reminder set.
It's at 10 at night. They go live. Oh my gosh, you can do afterpay. See,
hell yeah.
See, but that's the problem, is that takes too long to go through the menus, and this is going to be like toe beanies.
Yeah, they're going to be gone in a few minutes. This is going to sell
out within
right?
30 seconds.
How quickly do you think? Let's take bets. How quickly do you think they're going to sell out, Chris?
It's gonna.
Well, a few months ago, Nike put out these Grateful Dead shoes that I was trying to get, and basically, I think it's like you have to get in line at a certain time online, and then like they kind of randomize who gets in.
Oh my god!
So it's like you put in all this information, and then it's like a lottery basically, and you may or may not get the rights to buy them. So the sneaker world is just weird, man. If you haven't seen it, I highly recommend watching the Jeff Goldblum Explains the World, or the World According to Jeff Goldblum.
We watched that. We watched that episode.
He does the sneaker episodes, and just like the underground world of sneaker collecting is very intriguing to me.
There was
part of me after going through that experience, I just want to like try and get shoes to flip them on eBay, because those shoes that I wanted to get were going for like $110, and then on eBay you'd see them for $3,000 to $5,000.
It's insane.
I was almost when the the Back to the Future shoes came out. I didn't have the money, but they were selling for what, $1,500, and then they went up to like $10,000.
Jeez.
Oh yeah, those are insane.
I tried to get some. I didn't have the money. Like I just really want, and I'm like, I couldn't justify $1,500 on a pair of shoes, brand new. But then it'd be worth it because it's 10 times the amount. But the thing is, that's how I feel about the Meow Wolf pass that I bought. I paid $2,000 for it, and now it's worth 15 on their site.
It's $15,000 now?
I think it went up.
Are you serious?
It was 10 last time I looked, but I think it went up. It's the lifetime pass, and I don't know if they're going to be doing it anymore.
They
they're
can't,
discontinuing
because once
it,
you sell so many.
Yeah.
But is it transferable if you
can
were
go
to
to
sell
any
it?
of
Would
it.
work to-
I don't think you can sell it.
It's under my name, but I don't think it's like really under my name. Like Steph walked up with the card once to Meow Wolf. All right, tell that story.
Okay, this was wild. It was spring break last year, and
how many people were in line?
There had to be like 200 people in line.
Yeah.
It had to be. It was spring break. I had no idea. It was just me and the kids, and I was just like, yeah, let's just go to Meow Wolf. Let's go. And we pull up. I see this line, and then there's a specific other line for field trips.
Oh, okay.
There's no line for card holders. So I was like, there's no way I have this card, and then they would tell me to stay in line, right? So I was like, let me find somebody. So I got the kid. So I walk in, and this lady's like, hi, are you here for, all I did was just, boop, I just showed the card. She was like,
she was pulling it out of her wallet.
Hold on. Yeah, stay here. Hold on. I'll get your wristbands. Boom. That was it. She didn't check the name. She didn't do she stopped mid-sentence as soon as she saw me lift the card. I was like, yeah, I have this. And that's all I said. I was going to ask, where do I stand? Where, what do I do? Are you guys even open today? Because it was so packed. No, boom. And I just see people staring at me through the doors when they'd open because they just saw me like walk in. Then they're seeing me get wristbands.
Instantly.
I was like, oh, alrighty then. That's how it works. Cool. I mean, snap.
It was great last time when we invited a few friends.
Oh, and it covers everyone.
It was weird. I don't even know how many people it actually covers.
Who did we
haven't
go with?
challenged.
Joy?
It was Joy,
Ben,
her boy,
Nishan.
Ben.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, we took it was like a group of 6.
And we showed up, and he was like, I had the card, I pulled it out, and they just started giving everybody wristbands. And as the other two were about to pay for themselves, and they were like, no, here's the wristbands. I was like, okay.
I think it covers up to 10 people.
I don't know. I don't know what the rule is. I thought it was just me and a guest.
I don't.
So.
Well, I don't know if it's worth that much. It's got to be like the
ultimate card. I'm kind of excited about that.
Okay. So Vegas Meow Wolf is going to be opening up. It says early 2021.
Yeah, let's get there. Omega Mart. It's a grocery store, but a Meow Wolf grocery store.
Maybe it's like a game where you buy like weird. Oh my gosh. Juno Birch has to come here.
Let's do supermarket sweep at Meow Wolf.
What is this? Yeah.
That'd be fun.
I just started following the woman that is like the curator for art on Instagram, just so I could see what she's doing and how she's picking and see if we could get our name in there a little bit.
The Denver exhibit is next.
Okay.
And most of the visual artists and stuff will be 40% of the artists for that location will be Colorado-based collaborators.
Oh, that's great. At least it's not like all New Mexico people.
No, and they have people we even have part of the exhibit at our Meow Wolf. We do have people from Japan and New York. Like we bring in other people, but
I think it's just because it's the first one and they made it really high end.
Well, they're trying to make it to where yes, if you're in New Mexico, you're gonna have New Mexico artists and stuff in there, but you're still gonna have others included. Yeah. But they still want every location. They just want the art to start inspiring they want it in DC next,
highlighting those artists in those areas.
Yeah, and
so it's not
they're trying to spread the creativity through Meow Wolf. They're trying to inspire people because think about all these old people that go, you know, and all these rich old people in Santa Fe. They show up and they're just like, oh, it's an art experience. Yeah, let's go Santa Fe. And then they show up and they're like, what do you mean we're playing with a giant mammoth skeleton that lights up
and sings
and sings when you play on the ribs? And that's really hard to explain to people when you haven't been to Meow Wolf. But I think that's the whole point of it, is they want to inspire you to just understand it's okay to see things that are differently presented in front of you. And they even have their live, follow Meow Wolf on Instagram, because when they go live, the guy is like painting spaghetti and throwing it at the wall. And it's just like, it's like a puppet show on acid. It's absolute like wild stuff going on. But the whole point is they want people in the comments to stop saying, what is this? What's going on? This is weird. Like, they don't want that. They want you to realize it's okay to just do whatever you want, and you can call it art.
I can relate to a puppet show on acid.
You have a dog for legs and on a Ghostbuster blanket.
That's it. Yeah.
He's just there. Dog is passed out.
The Ghostbuster blanket's underneath him. That's it. That's his ear.
He got
You're
fixed.
checking for ticks.
It's been 2 weeks since he got his hernia and his nuts removed, and he is doing A-OK.
Sounds like me.
Hopefully not.
All right. How are you, Chris?
Dan got his ticks and nuts removed.
Doing good. Chilling on a Sunday afternoon.
Is it already after? Oh my God, it is.
Mm-hmm.
Wait.
Yeah.
That's what happens.
So what?
We showed up late.
So what are we cooking? Brunch.
And we're doing lunch now.
Still full from breakfast.
Salt in the pan.
All right, let's take a break. When we come back, I think we're a little long in this segment. We'll take a break. We'll be back with more from Director's Cut Radio. I don't know what happened. It should have played. There it is. All after this. Director's Cut Radio with that show about movies and a lot more. Yeah. That happens.
The Director's Cut.
Offensive, obnoxious, disgusting. You want me to go on?
Insulting listeners since 2005. We're just a couple of guys who like movies.
They're strange at times to work with.
They're insane.
But, always fun.
The Director's Cut.
It's just fun! I'm repeating, we're not in Kansas anymore.
In a California second, you turned me on. Before I could regret it, you were gone. When I can't take it any longer, feels like the world is crashing all around me. Can't put one foot in front of the other. I just need somewhere to hide. Every choice I make ends in disaster. Can't find the will to make one more decision. With no more strength to fight. Now it's time to run. I know this feeling.
You're listening to Director's Cut Radio. You know, each and every week we're bringing the latest in Hollywood. My name is Dan. In the studio, we have the lovely Harley Quinn 505, Miss Steph Sugar, Suicide. And on the phone, we have Chris Maloney, our man from the comic book shop, hopefully future postman. That's the new introduction that he has. Also, we have on the couch the dog and somewhere baby cats. That's somewhere. That's our story.
I think he's outside chilling. It's really overcast outside. It looks like snow, but it's really warm, which tells me it is going to be snow because it always gets really weird. And you feel the barometric pressure, like when you go outside, like it feels heavy.
Yeah.
And this is science. This is your weather for today. The barometric pressure drops, and then it feels warm because the pressure is pushing the heat down on us because the snow is really building up top, and it might fall tonight or tomorrow morning. Meteorologist Steph Sugar.
Nice. Well, thank you, Steph, for that
rosy cheeks,
thrilling update.
Steph Sugar.
You have a great set of rosy cheeks. Did you just spill on yourself?
I spilled my tea.
That's spilling tea. All right, let's get into some reviews. We saw. Let's start off with the Witches. Witches 1, Witches 2, Chris's little Witches pack. How did the Witches pan out for you, Chris?
Witches Boogaloo. The Witches, I guess, is a classic to some people, kind of a cult classic. I had never seen the original, nor had I read the book by Roald Dahl. It's a movie done by the Jim Henson Company, but Henson did not direct.
Okay.
And so they use a lot of, like animatronic puppets, that kind of stuff.
Oh, really?
And it's just a movie about witches are in fact real, and they hate children.
Witches are real and they hate kids. Okay.
Yes, kids actually smell like dog poo to witches.
Oh.
And they really, really can't stand them. So the movie is about a group of witches led by Angelica Houston, who is the Grand High Witch, and their plan or plot to eradicate the earth of the human child. And their method of doing this is by turning them into mice.
Into mice, okay.
Via a magical potion. So
they have to get all these kids to drink some mice-altering potion.
Yes, but it doesn't take much, just a couple of drops. One drop does it in like a few minutes, 2 drops does it in a few less minutes, and if you give them 3 drops of this potion, they instantaneously turn into mice.
Ah, so why don't they just take over like a soda factory and infest it with some of this mice-altering liquid, and then...
Well, their big plan is to open up candy shops all around the world.
Oh, okay.
And put this potion in the candy, and then all the kids in the world will be mice, and we no longer have to deal with it.
Yeah, but that would destroy their bottom line on the what you call it, the candy shop. Because don't they want customers?
Their overall goal is to make money. It's more to get rid of children.
Oh, they have a real... So they're going to find themselves just bankrupting their company just to get rid of all of their customers. I get it.
Well, perhaps they'll change their business model to something more adult-oriented once all the children are gone.
I
don't know their long-term scheme thing.
It doesn't sound like a good 5-year plan for their business model. I would say
hopefully they can eradicate the children in less than 5 years.
I would assume that they would have just hijacked a corporation, much like Joker in the Michael Keaton Batman, and putting the chemicals in the beauty products. Remember?
Yeah. Just making everyone smile.
Or a parade.
They didn't have the wherewithal that what was his name in that movie? Naismith? James? No, that's the guy that invented basketball. Jack Napier. That's the Joker's name.
Jack Napier. Okay. All right, Jack.
So yeah, it's a decent '90s movie. It had some very good makeup and/or visual effects, as far as Angelica Houston pulling off her face to reveal her true witch form.
Okay,
that was kind of cool, and I can see why it is touted as one of the scariest children's movies.
Okay,
and I guess Roald Dahl, the guy who wrote the book, was really not a fan of the movie. He decided that it was too scary.
Oh,
and I guess they used some vulgar language that he didn't approve of, and Jim Henson was basically like, sorry, not sorry.
It is Jim Henson.
That's what we did. And, yeah. So, it was the first one. I mean, it's fun. It's a good I probably would have liked it more as a kid, but having not seen it as a kid, I was just like, it's okay. It's not Jim Henson's best work, but it's fun, and like I said, the creature effects are really, really cool. So if you're into that, or if you've got a small child that you slowly want to put on the path to horror fandom, this might be a good place to start, because it's shot very much like a horror movie. And like I said, the effects, as far as the exposing of the actual witches, is pretty cool and kind of scary.
All right, what about the sequel, the new version? What do you think of that? How did that work?
A new version came out this week on HBO Max, directed by Robert Zemeckis, and has quite a big cast. It's got Anne Hathaway this time takes over for Angelica Houston as the Grand High Witch. Octavia Spencer is the young narrator's grandmother growing up. Chris Rock is the voice of the narrator, all grown up. Stanley Tucci's in it. I feel like I'm missing someone else, but it's got a fairly big cast. But it just didn't quite hold the same magic as the first one for me. They, of course, it being 2020, instead of, puppets and animatronics, everything is done with CG in this one. and I'm just getting really tired of borderline to bad CG. Like, if you're going to do it at this day and age and it doesn't look real, it just sticks out like a sore thumb.
Yeah, I think we've seen enough good CG to let us point out all the bad CG.
Yeah, and this just definitely wasn't good CG. It was just really fake. Everything was very obviously CG'd. And it's like, I feel like it's just kind of the lazy way out nowadays, you know? Like, not that Jim Henson's puppets were, like, believable, and, I mean, you could tell they're puppets, but it's still, you kind of respect the artistry and the magic behind it. And for my money, they looked better than the CG ones in the 2020 version.
Ah, okay.
So, yeah, I just say, you know, either work. And there was a few points you could tell they worked with real mice in this, but for the most part, it was all CG'd. And granted, they have to be talking mice, so you can't do that with real animals. But even, like, the cat that was in this movie was just really poorly animated and looked fake as hell. Anne Hathaway, I have not seen overacting in my life like this since Tommy Lee Jones and Batman Forever.
Oh, great.
She is just chewing the scenery in every single scene, and the most distracting part is she can't quite decide which part of Europe she wants to be from. So sometimes she's like an East German witch, sometimes she's Scottish, sometimes she's Russian. Like, her accent is all over the place.
Really?
Wow.
And it seemed like that a lot for a lot of the people in this movie. So I was like, could we just hire a dialect coach?
No, they
consistency, I guess. Yeah,
they totally didn't have time for that. Yikes.
So yeah, this just seemed to me overall like kind of an unnecessary remake. They added, you know, a few different features for the witches, came at them a little differently. They were still kind of scary, but I thought it was much more effective and much more scary in the first one. And it just overall just seemed unnecessary and kind of lazy and a bunch of bad CG effects. So I'd say this one's totally skippable.
Skip it. All right. So the first one, see it. Last one, skip it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll stick with it.
All right, let's get to Borat and Borat 2. Did you rewatch Borat recently?
I watched them back to back this week. I hadn't seen the original in some time, so I figured why not start up. And as it turns out, it's a good double feature. They lead pretty much, one leads right into the other.
I kind of believe that. The second one just starts up as if it was like the previous movie. It jumps into some weird stuff and kind of gives you an update of like what happened after the stardom of Borat, which makes it work.
Yeah.
And I also like the fact that they knew that Sacha Baron Cohen was successful, so there's no way in hell Borat could even like hide anymore and do some of these bits. So it's hard. Sacha Baron Cohen is like a master of disguise. You could throw some costumes on him, he could create some character, but the way he had to do it was he was throwing costume on a costume. He still had to kind of have the Borat accent, which is annoying for him, I guess, to try to fake another character, which is really hard.
He deserves a lot of awards.
Like a study in acting for sure. It's like not only playing one character, but then playing that character playing another character,
which is really interesting.
It was to see how they kind of worked around, and they do tackle, you know, the problem of Borat being so recognizable in the first, few minutes of this film. With both films, and I've thought this since I watched the original in the theaters, is that I kind of more like to see a behind the scenes to see how much of this, like, I want to know more about the process of making these movies, because it is a documentary, but I imagine they still have to, you know, make it like an actual documentary as opposed to a mockumentary where they have to go out and shoot and see what they get and then kind of write a script around what they've been able to film.
And the family in I noticed that the family of one of the people in the movie is suing Borat for having her in the movie, even though she passed. There's a person in the movie that passed away. I'm not going to say who, but the family of that person in the movie that didn't know she was in a Borat movie is suing Borat for like $75,000 in damages for having her.
And they're just going to pay it because it's not like they
that's
asked
not a lot
for
of money.
$1 million.
Yeah.
They didn't ask for $1 million.
And also, the woman in that movie looks like a hero.
Oh, she's amazing. Yeah, it's not. She's not treated in a derogatory way in the movie or anything. So it's like
she is treated in a derogatory way in the movie, but she comes out of it looking like a hero and teaching Borat and like.
Well, they still gave a shout out at the end though, in memory of and They know she was like the sweetheart of the movie.
They realized how wonderful of a woman she was. And she looks so great. She becomes a hero to even the people watching. So I guess the family's just going to get an extra check and have their family member look like a hero in a ridiculous movie and then get an extra check on top of it. Who cares? They deserve it. She's good.
Yeah, I think one of the highlights for me in the second movie is kind of the unexpected humanity of some of the people that he comes across. Well, and just like you can see this going any number of ways, but I'm kind of glad that it went the nice way. And people showing goodness, you know?
Do you know the time frame of the scene where he's in quarantine? Because I don't want to say too much, but do you know the time? Because I'm watching it and I'm like, wait a minute. This guy not only just gets to stay in this house with someone he just asked, hey, can I stay here? But then it seems like I was trying to pay attention to the date. Anytime the dates would be on like a piece of paper or something, I was trying to pay attention to it.
Oh, yeah, like when the facts came in, you were trying to look at dates and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. So I was kind of like trying to piece together, like, was he really staying in that house for like 3 months?
Well, that's why the part of me asks, like, you know, who's in on it? Who's in on the joke? Mm-hmm. Who knows what's going on and who's, like, legitimately clueless? Because, yeah, it seems like a lot that he would stay with those guys for a month. And then, you know, in the next scene, obviously quarantine's lifted and they're somewhere going to this rally.
Yeah.
And they kind of seem to be in on the joke at that point. I don't want to spoil anything, but, you know.
But I think
they kind of seem to be on Team Borat at that point.
But I think they probably, like, if I was producing this, I would start off with the reality of, like, hey, can I stay with you? They let him stay for a couple of days, and then the producers step in, hey, if you let him stay for a month, or if you guys help out with a couple of additional scenes, we'll give you X number of dollars.
Yeah.
And that would help them out gratefully. And they would probably jump in at that point.
Yeah.
I think it starts off as a joke, and I bet you they reveal themselves pretty damn quickly after that. The beautiful thing about this movie, and you're hitting the nail on its head, is that it just shows how kind all people are, especially when this guy is a terrible dude. Borat is a racist and proud and waves that racist flag gratefully, but he is open to learning. But then when he opens to learning, it's twisted again into just confirming his racism even more in a comical way. He also finds people of all sides trying to walk in and expose them as good people. It's basically, this movie, it just shows scene after scene people helping out a guy.
It's like the movie Jackass, but it's more meaningful politics involved. There is like an actual goal to the prank, and that is like, that's what I'm all about. I'm like, if you're going to do something really crazy, let's make it to where it's crazy enough to change things in society on how we think and how we evolve. So, Borat for president.
Borat for president, great. And that's what I think about Borat, is that they do a really good job just kind of exposing and doing politics from an angle that is the complete opposite. Instead of pointing at people and saying these people are wrong, they start at the side from the people that are wrong, and they kind of prove themselves that they're actually okay people. Because they're just trying to help out Borat, and they're like, no, Borat, that's a little extreme. Sorry.
Except for Rudy Giuliani.
We could talk about that after the break, all right? Which is really weird. It's kind of a creepy scene, and I've been in those situations before, like with a host and guests, and he was not treating that host correctly. That's not what you do.
Nope.
All right, we're going to take a break. We'll be back with more from Director's Cut Radio. We are that show about movies.
And exposing the rich guy.
All after this.
The Guy Show about movies.
Don't you have any respect for yourself?
Seriously. Anything worth taking seriously is worth making fun of. The Director's Cut.
I wet my bed until I was 19. There's no shame in that.
Only half of our audience is below average. The Director's Cut.
You're listening to Director's Cut Radio. You know, each and every week we're bringing the latest in Hollywood. My name is Dan, and in the studio we have the lovely Harley Quinn 505, Miss Steph Sugar, and on the phone we have Chris Maloney. Before the break, we were talking a little bit about Borat 2. It's available on Amazon Prime streaming, which is probably a one of the... They're stepping up with their streaming service. It's hard. They don't have a lot on there, but when they do, they knock it out of the park with something like this.
Yeah, they've got some great stuff going right now, so I think they're the one to keep an eye on. Things like Borat and The Boys and Marvelous Miss Maisel. They got some good stuff.
But that's the only stuff that's on their streaming service.
They got a few things here and there, but I feel like that's just about any streaming service these days. There's, a handful of really good stuff and a whole bunch of crap.
Yeah, that's very true. So Borat 2, before the break, we were talking Rudy Giuliani has a little moment in there. And the story is Borat's 15-year-old daughter is playing a host of a talk show of sorts, a reporter. And she interviews Rudy Giuliani for like overseas relations and finds herself kind of in an awkward situation where he's like, was his hands down his pants trying to get a mic off?
Let's not go there. Let's not talk about that. Let's not give away the scene. Let's actually talk about
I'm just talking about
how he walked into a bedroom with a reporter. That's actually step one to being wrong.
Okay.
That's it.
I was just trying to talk about what's in the trailer. So I was trying to explain what the things that we already know.
Right. But what we also know is that editing exists, and that's what the other side is saying.
Yeah, that's true.
So let's see it from both sides.
Okay.
Let's also see it for what it is that Rudy Giuliani walked into a bedroom with alcohol and a reporter.
Yeah, a female reporter.
So I'd rather that be the headline.
Okay.
Because that's step one. You know what I mean? Because it's like, sure, it shows what happens after.
Yeah.
But let's talk about all the events. I mean... Like, there's a definitely big no-no that happened right before that bigger no-no. And I just feel like if we could get people to realize this isn't about editing and this isn't about, he was just adjusting himself or whatever. Can we talk about base one? Base one was he walked into a bedroom with a reporter and alcohol in their hands.
Yeah.
So I don't know who I can call to make that more of the story. Or do I got to write a blog online and hope someone sees it? But it's just
you have a radio show. I think you could say it.
But it's just how come, the media is not focusing on the right things. This is not teaching my kids crap. This is not teaching society how to act better. This is teaching you that you need to learn how to adjust your penis differently if you're laying on a bed with your shirt hanging half out.
Yeah.
And this could also show for the other side of things of that he was just adjusting his shirt and these people edited it and made it look terrible. You know what looks terrible? Walking into a bedroom with alcohol in your hand.
With a reporter.
That's what I want people to talk about because everyone's fighting over it. Everyone's fighting over editing and this, that, and the other. And it's, red versus blue, blue versus red on this crap.
Again.
And I'm like, can we just talk about
Basics.
This is step one. Step one. What made you leave the chair, sir? Step two. What made you guys go in the bedroom?
Yeah.
What is happening here that no one's talking about? That's my thing. That's my rant.
No, that's a very solid rant. Chris, what do you have?
And I mean, editing or not, he did ask for her phone number and address.
Yep.
And I 100% agree with Steph. Like, even if everything's consensual above the board, like, why do you walk into a room with this girl and you already know there's like cameras and producers, I'm assuming, in the next room?
Mics on you.
Yeah. It's just like, to be fair, they did, kind of goad him into it. They were, giving him drinks the whole time, and she was heavily flirting with him. And to be honest, she does not really look like a 15-year-old. But still, like, it's just creepy all the way around. And as a public figure, and as someone who has done this before in their life, like, I would say he should know better.
Mm-hmm.
Especially when there's camera crews and the high-profile position that he has. I would be, like, crossing all T's, dotting all I's, not even, like, making eye contact with members of the opposite sex just to keep myself as clean as possible.
Yeah, you decided to walk into a bedroom with alcohol and a female.
Yeah.
Like, that's really what I'm, like, I want to find a way to get this soundbite to broadcast all over the webs and stuff, because I'm like...
There it is. That's no. There it is. No. I guess we don't have it.
Okay, I'll find a way. I want people to focus on the basics here. Okay,
basics. Step one.
What led up to that moment?
And again, this is like one of those moments where I'd really like to see behind the scenes and like how they orchestrated this all and how they got in contact with Rudy Giuliani. Because they've also put out this week, they said that in a deleted scene, she actually got into the White House and met with Donald Trump Jr.
Really?
God.
It's just like, and they said there was no COVID screenings, no real security checks. So it's like, how do they have all this unfettered access to all these incredibly powerful people that in turn seem to have no idea that they're getting punked, So I don't know if there is such a thing anywhere, but if anyone finds of like a making of or behind the scenes, I'd be very interested just to see how they get access to everything they get access to.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I just want to see how all of this is made. Like, I want to see how they decided to do this, because it's one thing to do a comedy. It's another thing to do a comedy-based documentary. But then the third whammy is that it's a comedy documentary with very high-profile social standings and politics.
Exactly. And how these people, or at least their surrounding entourage, don't catch on to the whole thing.
It's so bizarre. The timing on things in this movie is just so bizarre, and I need answers.
All right. Let's take a break for a week. That's the end of the show.
Let's take a break for a week.
For a week. My name is Dan. That was Chris. That was Steph. That was great.
Yeah, go watch Borat.
You got to watch Borat next week. And then come back and give us a full report, all right? That is Director's Cut Radio, where that show about movies and a whole lot more. Yeah.
The Director's Cut.
That was wonderful.
So good, even your neighbors had a cigarette. TheDirectorsCutRadio.com.